Hello and welcome to 10th Legion Gaming. This is 10th Legion and this will be my first video on my first gameplay experience, and I'm gonna be playing Total War Rome 2, and I'm gonna be playing my favorite campaign, Caesar in Gaul. And I will start the campaign right now, and I will further along the way introduce who I am and why I chose the name 10th Legion, because it is related to this campaign and the main protagonists of this campaign. So I'm gonna do nothing fancy. I'm gonna go in normal settings. I'm gonna play as Rome, and I'm gonna recreate the campaign which was done by Julius Caesar, but I'll try to do authentically. And I think if you just zoom around here, you see Lego, and it must be written Lego 10. So that means 10th Legion. That is why I decided to name myself and my gaming channel the 10th Legion, because this is the most famous and most loyal and the bravest and the best legion out of all the legions Julius Caesar commanded, and plus it was his personal favorite. So these guys were the best of the best, and they were loved by Caesar because he personally recruited them. So that is why I named, and being a fan of Julius Caesar and being the fan of these guys in real life, in history, that's why I named myself 10th Legion. And I'm gonna start my first gameplay with where the 10th Legion actually started their service and how they, become known to history alongside their master Julius Caesar. So without further ado, let's get started.
The Gauls. They would rather lie slain in battle than lose the freedom gained by their forefathers. My legions march north. The nights grow long and the wolf grows hungry. Rome demands blood. I will be outnumbered. The valor of my men stretched to breaking. The enemy? Merciless. The Senate expects defeat. Yet the goddess Fortuna favors the bold. They must be divided, scattered, conquered. I will trade their blood for power. As I cross Transalpina.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip this part because I already know it, and maybe the guys who will be watching this also know it. But just a quick history trivia. So this part is Cisalpine Gaul, the place where Caesar was given his governorship. And at this point in real life, Caesar was trying to prove himself because his partners Cicero and Pompey the Great were very accomplished in their right, and their group was called the First Triumvirate, and they were the actual guys who were handling Rome or ruling Rome together. They were handling everything, and that is the reason the triumvirate is the reason why Julius Caesar was given the opportunity to govern this place. And also he was given 4 legions by the Senate at the start of his governorship reign to protect, but Caesar, thinking that, hey, Pompey is older and very accomplished general than me, and Crassus is the richest bastard, so he has all the money to cover for his other weaknesses. I have nothing, so what can I do? So he decided that I'm gonna need to prove myself to the Senate, so they will recognize me, and not just the Senate, my partners will recognize me. So he decided he wanted to do something, though he didn't have an actual idea that he was going to conquer Gaul. The guys here, the Helvetii, the first guys in the campaign we get to fight, were the actual reasons, were the guys who gave him the reasons, because they decided one day that they're gonna march out of their homes, their normal lives, and take all the living soul they have, and also ask other tribes, such as the Talangi here, and make a mass group of people, about 100,000 plus, and say we want to move to new territories. So they decided, they moved, and they came to the Roman ally Adui's area, and they asked for the help from Rome, and who was the closest? Julius Caesar and his 4 legions. So what did he say? Julius Caesar, all right, this is an opportunity. I want to be great. I have to start somewhere. I'm going to do this. And in fact, there's a very huge quote that said that the real life Julius Caesar is said to be a very big fan of Alexander the Great, and he said to himself at this point, by the time Alexander was my age, he had already conquered the known world, and he had already died. What have I done? So this is his Alexander moment. This Gaul, this whole map is where he becomes like Alexander, a very great conqueror and a very shrewd politician, a hero to a lot of people, but a villain too, because these guys never did anything bad to him. They just wanted better opportunities. If you look at their side, and Caesar saw an opportunity. Like everybody, as crisis is somebody's opportunity. Caesar took opportunity of the crisis, and the crisis of the Gauls and the Germanic tribes, where they wanted to live somewhere better, where there were more farming lands, where more of their people could live happily. And Caesar saw an opportunity in the crisis and decided to say, hey, I'm going to make you the villain in the Senate, and I'm going to conquer you, and I'm going to take your lands. I'm going to subdue you. If you don't listen to me, I'm going to destroy you. That is the actual plan of the actual Caesar. So I'm just gonna, to be authentic, I'm just gonna be doing something. So I'm gonna change the name here, because the game always gives you fake names. The Lego 2 was not in service here. So the thing I'm gonna do is, this is not the Lego, this is, sorry, I do it again. So this is, I'm gonna remark the main army as 10th Legion, Lego X10, and also the 10th Legion, if you search it, it has a name, and it's called Equistris. So it is spelled Equestris, and later, in times of Augustus Caesar, this very legion will be reactivated, and it will be called Gemina. And I will tell the story of Gemina when, if I am supported well, and if I get to more success, I'll play the Empire Divided campaign. Sorry, Emperor Augustus campaign, where I'll get to command these guys again, but just in a different version. So Regulus gets another, like, what I'm gonna give, not the spear. The spear is for somebody else. Alright, okay. Let me give you. Alright, yeah. So as far as my campaign goals goes, I'm gonna keep this army on standby. I'm gonna grow it. I'm gonna try to grow it, but I'm gonna play defensive here. I'm not gonna expand here much, because Caesar didn't do that in real until later. Because at first I'm gonna do what Caesar actually did: attack the Helvetii, take control of this land, then the Tulungi lands. Then I'm gonna have a whole province for myself, and front line from where a base of operation from where I can launch attacks. But to be honest, do not expect me to go on this side of the map immediately to fight the Arverni, Vercingetorix, and whatnot. Instead of that, I'm going to be going here to the Suebi and do as Caesar did after destroying the Helvetii and the Tulungi, and attack the Suebi, which can later also be, if the game is like if the AI is interested, they will be also known as Germanic Confederation, but the flag system or the banner is of the Suebi. So I'm going to attack them, then go to the Belgae, Remi, and all the tribes here, and I'm also going to invade England, just like Caesar did, though I cannot invade it twice, because Caesar invaded England twice back in the day. So as I progress, I'll tell more about the history of these guys. So I'm just going to give him the big fat eagle. Hey, another history fact, the emblem of the 10th Legion was actually bull, but since we don't have bull, and we all know like that eagle is the most sacred banner of the Roman, so I'm going to give it to him. And there's also another eagle that I'm going to give it to Mark Antony. So let's start our first battle. So this is the first army, nothing special. They're going to run off every time you attack. So the best thing I'm going to do, I'm going to follow, I'm going to attack them. So this will be an easy battle, but if you do it auto resolve, the casualties will be always high. I want to minimize the casualty, because at the next turn I want to be ready to take the city. So they have nothing special. The leader is high level spear infantry. I think it's called heavy spear infantry or tribe infantry. And then they have one cavalry, light cavalry unit. They have archer and slinger and javelin, so they have more skirmish unit. So I'm gonna mop them up, try to mop them up with my seasons. Then I'm gonna hide the cavalry till they're close and committed, so I can round them up with my cavalry. And as far as aim go, he's the prime target, so I'm gonna save 2 legions for it. So I'm gonna be using all the troops here. So I'm gonna start deploying them. So without nothing fancy, I'm gonna put the legionary up front, so I don't need any special strategy right here, because this is a very easy and winnable battle. So we're gonna put them here. So we're gonna use explosive rounds because they are very good against infantry to connect, though we sacrifice some after accuracy. So the cavalry will be here, so I can swing them up. Well, they are not fitting up. Yeah, good. Alright, so I'm gonna keep Caesar around here. So anybody, yeah, I have the scary crabman. I'm gonna save them. I'm just gonna use the legions up front, right? Start the battle. So I'm gonna command on legions. I've seen a lot of gameplay, and a lot of you will be expecting me to use the number system and the infantry system, but that thing I tried and it became more complicated for me. So I like controlling it like this, with hands on my keyboards and controlling like double tapping the same unit. That's how I organize, and I play relatively to my liking than anybody others. So this is how I'm gonna play. Yep. So the legions are marching up, the seasons are firing. So I'm gonna keep them here. So as far as the cavalry goes, quickly I'll put them here, ready to attack. So I'm not gonna let much of their unit fire too much, because they shouldn't fire much. So attack here, attack there. I don't. So the city can damage my own guys. So alright, they've already seen it. So here we go. So I'm just gonna motivate them. So once the enemy general troops are close enough around here, I'm going to stop the bombardment, because the bombardment can take our own men sometimes, friendly fire, the casualties. So Caesar can attack here, because he's strong enough to take on skirmishes, but he's not strong enough to take them, and they're actually anti-infantry. So the bad thing is all my infantry are stuck up on one place. So you guys can stop attacking. So skirmishers here. Yep, the cavalry can go here. No, okay. You two can go here. As far as the Caesar goes, I'm gonna retreat them back. So their job is done. They had to take them. So yep. Come on, boy. Right here. You guys, you wanna take an angle here? I'm gonna attack from the side, because if they attack from here, they'll all clump up. So these guys right here. Oh, you guys are in the perfect position to attack. Please attack from here. Perfect angle. I want to trap them all. No, I want to attack them from every side. This is the main boss. I want to kill them. I don't want them to escape. So use the skirmish stop firing. Let the legions ready. Nope. I'm gonna shred you to pieces until yeah. This is the magical word I want to hear every time the enemy general is dead. Alright, first battle so far good. Divico, yep. Actually, Divico is the actual real name for the general who led them. But he was not the first. Alright, so we're gonna take the wealth. So, I'm not gonna leave you here. You love movement points, so I'm gonna travel you up. Because I don't want attrition taking on my men. So, I'm gonna take the strategist route, because Caesar was more of a strategist. because strategy round gives me more option. I can have more movement range later. I can have minus 4% upkeep for non-mercenary units replenishment. Then hiring cost, and later I have more minus upkeep. So by the end, if I take this route, I have almost 8% upkeep on non-mercenary units and minus 4% upkeep on mercenaries. Though I'll try to use less mercenaries until it's an emergency. So here we go, and I want to spy up here. I think I can recruit another, but at the first turn I don't have much cash. So let's set up some trades. I think we might have some or few allies. So for Conti are our allies. Let's see if they want to trade. They don't. So right now I don't either. So we're already training with Massili, our Greek neighbors. How about these guys? They want to trade. Yep, moderate. So yep, sure. For Conti I won't. So they're eventually gonna start conflict with me. So I'm gonna stop. They're Dewey. Okay, we can't trade them with them yet. So I think we can trade them once we take the Helvetia castle here, and the Helvetia town, Octodon here. So alright, so we need to do some few upgrades here. So there are a lot of upgrades we can do. So what is we do? I think I'll do this. I think or not. So if I do this, we can expand the city. Though I will be needing it. So for now, I think I want to go with 100 income. Sounds good. So 70 sanitation, 300 wealth, but it costs too much. So alright, 100 wealth for now. And I'm gonna go here, 1600. Alright, we'll recover the cash back. So yep, I'm gonna use this too. So yep, as far as the research goes, yep, definitely the farm. Alright. Oh, the edicts. So for now, right now, I want public order. Yep, I want public order to be raised on both of my settlements. Later, I'm going to increase tax. So for now, let's go. I hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay style. Might be boring for a lot of you guys, but for me it makes sense. So alright, we're gonna attack them. So we're not gonna waste times and take attrition. We're gonna attack right away. We don't want to be wasting time creating engines and giving them a chance. So like I said, in actual history, Caesar didn't attack any cities of the Helvetii because the Helvetii destroyed their homes before migrating, because they made sure all of their homes are destroyed, because if their homes are destroyed, they have the perfect motivation. They have no attachment to stay on their old place. They have the perfect motivation and no choice but to move forward. That's what Divico made them do. So that's why they burned their original homes. We didn't have Caesar attacking the Helvetii like this. But in actuality, the Helvetii once did try to attack Caesar in his camp, where he built walls, palisade walls, and guarded with one legion, so the Helvetii couldn't cross. And yet, even with larger force, they could never cross it. Alright, so we're gonna quickly win over this town. So like again, we're gonna do nothing fancy, and we're gonna deploy the legions, deploy the ladders, and attack, and then have the siege. Instead of attacking the towers and everything, we're gonna attack the walls, so we can, open up the thing, and we can get all the troops attacking at once. So I'm gonna do a, two-prong assaults. I'm gonna have the Germanic tribes attack from this side. I'm gonna divide up the ladders. Then I'm gonna have the legions attack from the front. I'm gonna save the cavalry later when everything opens up. So I'm gonna deploy the siege engines right here, because once I attack, this will be quite easy for me to take the route here, and plus there are less towers, only 2, which can be taken out by extra legions, rather than going up here and being chomped up by 2 towers here, almost 3. Then you're gonna take a route most probably here, another tower comes you up. These towers are very dangerous. They kill a lot of troops in this game. These towers are the most irritating things in this game. So I'm gonna have some flammable rounds for you guys and normal rounds for you guys, I guess. So Yep, you two guys here, so you can divide up force. I'm gonna help you support the skirmish. As far as legion goes, the two ladders here. The rest of the four legions here. Oh, well, one legion's already created. They have one veterancy. Alright, let's go. And plus, one thing about me is I always like to play battles under 20 minutes. That's why I always play battle in 20 minutes, because I do not like longer battles. Like a 40-minute and 60-minute is an overkill battle for me. Uh, since I don't play with friends or in multiplayer, that's not for me. So I like to keep things under 20 minutes. So yep, I'm gonna. Oh no, I deselected it. Sorry. So they're attacking whoever they like. I want you to hit the walls, bros. I want you to destroy the wall. You guys from here. You guys from here. And once they're close enough, I'll send in the cavalry enough. I'm gonna send in the skirmish. Too bad. And one thing the game that doesn't allow us is to recruit velites, because the velites were at this point the standard, skirmish unit of the Roman army, the Roman legion. The velites all were present, though Rome is known to use, auxiliary troops like the Celtic warriors, use cavalry from Gaul because they were very good at horse fighting and horse riding rather than the Romans. But the velites were one of the best skirmish unit at that time, and uh, I'm surprised the velites are not present in this game. They should have been, because the velites are really good. In the other like campaigns where the velites are recruitable, they're very, I think, one of the best. I think the Livian javelin infantry, the Seleucid empires, and the Macedonian empire's javelin infantry and velites are really good. I like them. They're some of my favorite units on skirmish side. But rather than having skirmish, I always prefer archers. Okay, bridge. I'm gonna send the rest of the legion attack them up front. So now you guys can change priorities and try to take this. Sorry, oh my god. Yeah, take this side so you don't even take it out. The legions, you guys can come. The cavalry will wait. I'll only use them if I really need to. Because the cavalry are really strong in this game. You really know how to use it. So I'm gonna save them up, because these guys can help me change the course of battles. These guys can help me mop up armies of enemies in a large scale battle, even though when I have small troops. Alright, so we have made fall. The legions are on the wall. Yep. This is the thing I like about the game, because the way they're climbing up the walls, making it feel realistic and authentic, and the way they fight, the clump. It's not like hack and slash like in the Age of Empire, you know. Oh, I forgot to send the scripts. This tends to happen when you are talking. So yep, my legions are making the way. Now I can see targets and they can attack. So we have some here. So I just send them here. They'll attack. No, I'm gonna send them here. Alright, these guys will mop them up. So you guys can take care of them. I think I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna send one of them back. Or not. Do a testudo. Yep. Just go there. They're gonna attack themselves, so you don't have to break formations. Testudo is very good, as you can see, for taking on javelins and attacks. Less casualty when you take it this way, but this guy really create panics for us. Alright, at the same time the other legions are here, so I'm gonna mop you up. Skirmishes quickly. Really taking too much damage on the legions. only not play Total War. Remember, this kind of towers are in almost every Total War game, and the only way to counter them is either destroy them, burn them, or capture the area marked here. Because once you capture this area, these guys will start firing for you. So once this uh, meter is full in yellow, this guy will start firing for us. All right, so that's why I have a legion here, but they're disturbing me. I want to destroy them. So I'm gonna move one legion back. So they're clumping, and not all of them are being used properly. So okay, now it's a neutral area, so no one is controlling them. So I'm gonna go this way. Come on guys, mop them up quickly, mop them up quickly. They're just one unit. I know the towers are harassing you, but mop them up because we have a lot to do. Right here. So the towers have stopped firing. So what I want to do is, I want you guys to attack from the back. See? Yep. And the Pila. And the Pila were standard weapons for the Roman legions. That's what the legions actually used to do in battle. As said by a lot of historians, you know, they will always throw the Pila first at the before charging at the enemy. But in real battles, they couldn't carry one guy per guy could not carry more than one or two Pila. Here we have a lot of ammunition system, so still 70% some kind of Pila is ready. Alright, these two guys will do the same thing. They're gonna move up here. Oh my god, unbelievable. They still have not mopped them up. Just one freaking unit. They're gonna take you. You guys are gonna make me real work hard for this, you know. I'm gonna enter my cavalry through here, but not the season, which they're gonna slow me down. By the way, you want to check model Julius is pretty good. See, here is Julius Caesar. Alright, finally we're mopped up. So you guys will be moving here. Not the skirmish. You guys can come here. Your job is done.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
So we have a lot of casualties on this unit, and these were the units who, you know, were the first to climb up here. Here's, you know, and the ragdoll system is really good. Like, too many bodies. See, that's what I like about this game. So finally we're capturing here. The gates out.
We have captured the gates.
Alright. All the legions here. The horsemen out of range, please. I need you guys. Come here. This guy, these towers are really pain in the ass. Look, such short amount of time. How many forces are dead there? Towers are such a pain in the ass. Sometimes I wish I could, you know, one-shot these towers. But unfortunately, I can't and nobody can. And write in the comment section if it is just me and or the guys who play Total War think the towers are the pain in the ass. Though they make the game fun, but they're still pain in the ass. Alright, here's the guy I wanted to see. So I'm gonna do a full prone attack because this is the last army. So I think I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna keep these guys in reserve. I don't want them taking any more casualties. They already did enough, and they need rest. See, you know, fatigue is also very factor in this game because a lot of people don't think the fatigue is a thing. It helps. I mean, sorry, it doesn't help, but if you know this fatigue system, it helps because troops can get tired. And look at this guy's running. Like, these guys are also tired, but these guys have more troops. They have already taken a lot of casualties. See, these guys are fresh though. These Gallic guys, they don't get tired like that easy. See, and these guys are my auxiliary troops, or you can say the cannon fodder troops. So I don't mind. I really hate to lose the legions. So men are really but I think the legions will do the job. 4 of the legions should be enough. So, yep, withdraw. You guys can withdraw. Take a rest, my daddy boys. Because the big boys are gonna do the job now. Yep, you can do it here. Come here. But I think you guys have a job to do. Come for this angle. Cut from this angle. Yep. Oh, look at the killing animation. They have really worked hard on this game. Yep. So finally we did it. So we lost 439 troops. They lost almost 900, more than half. So yeah, we have killed every last of the troops. So when a troop is, given this red background instead of this white, that means they're all wiped out. So I have options, like I can erase the city and make it uninhabitable, but I think on this version of Total Rome the city will be inhabitable. The levels will be down, the walls will be down, probably something like that. If you have played Total Attila, if you raise this element, it will be destroyed completely, and you need to resettle it and regroup it from ground level. So the raid system was not good here. Or I can subjugate them, make my vassals, but there are always a risk because these guys might betray me later. Or I can just loot them. So if I loot them, I'll get 1600 drachmae extra, but the public other, will be take a great hit. So there will be chance of rebellion and all whatnot. So this is my first province, so I'm not gonna take a risk. So I'm just gonna occupy it. No questions asked. So what else here? So we have a few cash. So I'm gonna repair here. I'm gonna destroy this. Yes, I do need a field, barracks, so I can recruit new recruits. So yep, we took a lot of casualties. This guy's gonna take 6 turns. So I'm gonna just take them away. And once the recruitment pool is done, I'm gonna recruit new troops. So, so nothing to build. I don't have money right now. So let's see. Yep, like I said, we can trade with the Ardui now. They will trade. What?
Our gods whisper to me that I must reject your offer, worthy though it was, and hope for something more.
I didn't even have the money. Alright.
Your people are a byword for honor, but I cannot quite accept.
Alright. So in the meantime, we also have a village here, not to forget. I'm gonna have to destroy this temple. I'm gonna have a barrack here once, as soon as possible. Because the barrack will allow me to recruit there as well. Though, like I said in the beginning, I will not start the offensive from there, but to defend also you need troops. So not too much. Yeah, weapon damage. The weapon damage for now. Where do we have slums? Oh, Yep, slums. Yep, this is a factor, guys. You need to quickly build something, or the slums are take over. So we're gonna have the same problem here. So I think just build a temple area here. No, I think we don't actually. Oh, we do. Yes, we do. Because we're gonna be later building a lot of buildings. We still have 2500, so I wanna create a public forum. So we have 1800. So it's not enough. So, yep, one farm for the foods. So for now, what I want to do is, I want to take this, so it's free. Take this improvement. So yep, 3 more turns for my legion. After this, hopefully I'm gonna have some more. Oh, in the meantime, we must, because like I said, we're gonna do, try to be accurate as history itself. So Lego 1 Gallica was not present here. So I'm gonna name it 7th, Lego 7th, Claudia. Yep, and then you can search it. The 7th Legion of Caesar's time was called Claudia when he served. And actually, it was not Claudia. It was Claudia Fia Fidelis. So I have already played this. I can't help all the full name will not be uh, you know uh, be able to fit on the screen here on where we can type. So I'm just gonna name it Claudia. So the 7th Legion is the actual thing. The 7th, the 8th Legion, the 9th, and the 10th were the first 4 legions Caesar ever commanded in his life. Right? The 10th is his favorite, but these guys were pretty good too. I think if you go to Google and if you search the 5 best legions that Caesar commanded, the 7th will pop up, the 5th will pop up, which was recruited later in Caesar's campaigns. Because Caesar, without the permission of the Senate, recruited 6 more legions later in his career. And these 4 were offered him officially to govern. Later, he recruited 6 more legions on his own money, but without the concern of the Senate. He didn't ask for any permission to do that because he was Julius Caesar. And among those 10, if I have to, I think I have done a lot of my searching. And if you search the 5th legion, which are known as the Larks Alaude, the 7th legion Claudia, the 8th legion Augusta, the 13th legion Gemina, and of course the Big Daddy 10th legions were the best and the most experienced warriors and the guys who've seen the most fightings out of all of Caesar's legion. And like I said, among them, the 10th was the best of the best. We don't need any navy here. It's very stupid to create the military raft. I would love to do a harbor, but right now I don't need the food discrepancy because they need food. But I need food. But right now I don't want the public auto to be down either because I want to create a happy environment. So I'm gonna have the Cypriot do it because they're gonna by the end they're gonna bring me 210 gold. So right now sanitations, the water tank. I would really love to go this path, the sanitation, because they will give me 240 wealth from culture, entertainment as well. Alright, for now let's have some sanitations. So we're out of money again. We have nothing to build. I think I'm gonna cancel this for a while. I'm gonna create a meeting place. Or no. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another villa. So I'm gonna turn it into a granary because they'll provide some food and some money. I think 100 per base money. Alright. So do I have some? Okay, no, not yet. Okay, 2 more turns. In the meantime, the spy will go. Man, this thing are really hectic. So. Do this. Oh, no. See. You might be wondering why I'm not doing a rapid fire conquest of the lands, because I want to wait. Because if I'm to move these troops, there's no telling when the rebellion might come. Alright, so. Oh, not to forget, we have a slum here. Oh, alright, a paddock there. Alright. Another one of these here. Alright. And 2 more legions. And then we're done. Then I'm gonna attack with the loot. And by the way, I'm gonna not have these catapults or mangonels, because they are not worth it. Public order everywhere. Alright. Look, while playing Total War, I'm very concerned about the public order things, because it gives me the creeps. Like, you need public order, right? Like, you need the people to be aware. Right. This much will be enough here. We're gonna keep moving. See, here are the Swabies. These are the guys I'm gonna later attack after I'm done here. And with a stable economy, I'm gonna recruit a few more troops and attack them. So I want to create something here, and that something is a villa. So I want food running. So firstly, I want to improve the situation of my camps here. 1800 out of 500, some 49, I guess. 1900, 2000, no, 2700. For now, less in the turn. Okay, so we have something like 5,000 now. So I'm not gonna create a luxury barrack right away. So we're gonna upgrade it here, and then we're gonna upgrade it here. Okay, so if you can see, the Tulungi already have some sizable army, and they have some. Right, so I'm gonna try to use my spies. Spies, and so what I want to recruit right now is they might have some. I'm gonna recruit them. I'm gonna recruit these guys. So we don't have the money to upgrade or anything right now. So our recruitment is done, and I think by the next 2 turns we can attack them. And I hope the winter doesn't start, because once the winter starts, alright, they're recruiting. Alright, that's good. Yep, hello Tulungi boys. Army sabotage, please. Oh, you isn't failed. Okay, but see, you gain experience. So this is the thing about the game. Like you can fail, but you can learn and gain experience. Just like in real life, people say, "Hey, you learn." That's exactly the policy in this game. You learn. Alright, let's see if the Adui are on trading terms with us. They want 300 golds. Alright, you can take 300 golds. Because you're gonna give me a lifetime of supply until you guys are alive. And my allies, you're gonna give me a lot of gold. Alright. Oh, we still have skill to upgrade. So, alright. Campaign. Alright, we wanna make you a robber. This is complete. Alright, we need replenishment. We need replenishment, so we'll do the research of field surgery. Alright, so we're gonna attack this guy here. Because once we attack these guys, the whole army from here and here are gonna attack us. So we'll be playing the offensive, but since we have the siege engine, we'll start bombarding and they'll come to us. So we have we might have cavalry advantage as I see so. Yep. Alright, this is a winnable battle. Let's see if auto resolve. Oh, we're gonna lose a lot to Pyrrhic victory. Yep, I was correct. They don't have much in the way of cavalry, so my cavalry is gonna be the key here. So we're gonna fight the Battle of Trucium Hills. Deployment. So yes, I can see them. I have the ballista here. Explosive rounds. Skirmishers here. Legions in the middle. I have one. Oh, by the way, they don't have cavalry, so I don't need to care about my flanks. Deal with my reserves. Caesar can be here. The cavalry can be here. I'll attack them from a single side. Alright. Legions up front.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Yep, I know. That's what I'm betting for, the reinforcements. You know? So for now they're just gonna be attacking them directly because there is no reliable targets. Oh, okay, they are cavalry. I thought they're spearmen. But they're moving slow. Can I hit them? Ah, just a bit too much front. And these guys are very heavy cavalry. I think these guys are one of the best cavalries. We can recruit them later when we upgrade the auxiliary base to level 4, I guess. Then we can recruit these guys on our army instead of the light horses. We can have the noble horses. But I think. Oh, yep. We finally hit something. Yep, they took 3 casualties. They're moving slow. Casualties. But I think for now I want to stop. You guys stop firing me because I don't want the reason is here. That's good. I'm gonna do this here. Here will be fine enough. Enough freemen here. And the cavalry somewhere around here. in Total War Rome, these guys are best of the best in as far as melee combat goes. The Roman legionaries can take out almost all the other factions' melee infantry or spear infantry, depending upon what they have. Most of them can be taken out by legionaries. They're really good, and I think in other DLC campaigns we can have better versions of legionaries like the Praetorian Guards, the armored legionaries, the veteran legionaries. You know, I think we can recruit veteran legionaries in form of generals. Like I can change the legatus guys who are just 40 horsemen. Instead of them, I can have a whole 160 legionaries, and not just normal legionaries, the veteran legionaries. So I'm not gonna give them any chance to settle. So I'm gonna commit all my troops like right out of the gate. No waiting. See, they're already bombarding me. Yep. Skirmish. So I don't want to micromanage the skirmish. These guys will be reserved where the gaps are. I'm gonna send them so they can do their job. Or as far as you attack these guys. You know, there are very high chance my legionaries will come out of top against these guys because they're just medium infantry. And see, and my guys are getting experience as well.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
So all of the infantry are committed, so I can attack them all. Always my strategy. I always use my cavalries late in the game. I will not send away my cavalries to fight against theirs, or neither will I use the cavalry right away. I'll always keep them in reserve because every time I play, what I want to do is I want to see, like, I want to wait for their infantry to like fully commit. So all as you know, cavalry have a dire weakness, and that is range units and anti-cavalry units, right? So the anti-cavalry units are especially pikemen, spearmen, whatnot. These guys can take out cavalries, doesn't matter how good, very quickly. So to save them, I want to put all my infantry. See, all my infantry is committed, so all of theirs is. So that means I have all the background open for me to attack the skirmish, right? Now I can individually send them and attack the skirmish unit. Since their general is also committed, so the general, who is also a cavalry unit, will not be a factor.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, so time to also throw in the reserve. Time to also throw in the reserve. We have won most of the engagement, like I said. Like, the legionaries are very good at killing, because just like in real history, real life, back in the days in history, they were really good at killing their enemies. So are they here. These guys mop the floor with every guys. They mop the floor with the Carthaginians. They mop the floor with the Greeks, who had their phalanx era, the Hellenistic phalanx, on which backbone Alexander the Great conquered Persia, India, Egypt. Was the phalanx who won them the battles. Cavalry also, but the front line was always handled by the phalanxes, right? So if you don't know what phalanx is, it's just the way of fighting. If you have watched the movie 300, you remember how they fight shield by shield and spear in the middle. Yeah, that's called phalanx. That's the way the Greeks used to fight, tight shield. And it's not just Spartan who used to fight, as the movie makes you believe, because they just that movie is also a way to glorify the Spartans, who were warriors, no doubt. Their like bravery, their heroics are always talked about, and the events of the 300 movie happened where 300 like 300 Spartans fought up against thousands of Persians on a small path that's called Thermopylae, where they hold it like a help delay the inevitable, where they stood up and fought against like thousands and thousands of Persians. Uh, but one thing that movie do like does that I don't like is it's inaccurate. Like it's not just 300 watts, right? There were about extra 7,000 Greeks and allied troops who fought with them. It's just the front line was led by those 300, and when the time came, and when the guy who betrayed the Greeks by selling the Persian about the secret route from where they could attack from behind, until that happened, the Greeks were actually winning. The Persian had a lot more morale because they couldn't move past the phalanx, and the Spartans were leading the charge. And the Spartans brought in that war with 300 hand-picked bodyguards of the kings, because every king gets 300 bodyguards in Sparta. Sparta used to have 2 kings, and these guys are the elites of elites, right? These guys have live and breed fighting, right? So, alright, live and breed fighting. We won another war. So, yep, like auto result said, we didn't have a pure victory, we had a close victory. So, yep, we're gonna take the wealth. Yep, now we're gonna do auto result because we don't need to get fighting over them. Lost one. We are Imperium. Yep, we definitely want to be improving this, and we definitely need an auxiliary camp here, though I'll not be using a mining pit here. Sabotage them. Improvements coming your way, guys. I'm gonna improve the second army on the later turn, but we still have cash. I want to save up a bit. Yep, more movement range. I'm gonna destroy this barrack here. I don't need this there. Civil settlement here. Oh, indeed. So, like before, I'm gonna have bread and games for now, because they'll help me a little in food, and they'll help me rise public order. And once that is done, we have enough public order, I will do and deselect it, and I'll have tax harvesting. So I want though that 15% more tax later on a few turns. Yep, mission successful. I have 6,500 more drachmae, though I could not complete one quest. Alright, we have enough money, so our new objective. And this is the thing I love about the game. Like, they'll have some missions, and they'll also have submissions in the main missions, which we can complete, and we can gain extra treasuries. So right now we are boosted. We have a lot of. Alright, they're already trying to loot their former lands. So you guys die off. You guys can F off for now. So no more Tulungi. So I wanna rest up you guys. I wanna let you heal properly. I will need you guys. So yep, replenishment, logistic. So I wanna have a suburbia here, a villa here. So I'm gonna do a lot of improvement here. So I wanna improve up the towns as well. 2,700 here, 2,700 here. So I'll have those 4,000 in reserve right now. Exciting. How about this? Here instead, I want to build a strong fortress in here. So since I'll move the spy up here. I want to see what they're up to. Oh, I haven't. So yes, about this game also, this part is also lovely because this game have politics. The reason why I love Total War so much is this game has all of the things. Like when I was a child, like I was a kid, the first strategy game I ever played in my life was Age of Empire 2, and I loved it. I still do. But the thing different about Age of Empire and Total War is more realistic in a way that in Age of Empire there's no politics. It's just you. You take a civilization, you control it. You'll have no economy to run. You just need a gold mine to mine golds. You can do trades for gold. You'll need fishing ponds, animals, fields, or berries for food. Trees for lumber, and stone for stone mining, and that's all you need. That you can build off it, right? But in Total War, what I love the most about this game is this game has politics. Like I'm not a big fan of politics, but this game will make you understand politics because uh, let's be honest. In Total War, in this campaign, you don't have any rivals. But if you have played Total War like me, who have played a lot of Total Wars, you always have the nagging problem of a civil war. Because for a newer audience, we have never played Total War. Let me tell you, you will see it when I will later play another campaigns, and even in another games, there will be always politics. Like you will have your faction, the one you choose, and then there will be other factions will be present here in another story, except this one is your opposite, like opposition factions. Like if you guys are trying to do something good, these guys will be always jealous, and you'll have to keep them happy too. Like you'll have to have balance. Like you can recruit troops and higher position just for your family members. You have to give them too, because if you don't, these guys will fucking revolt, and they will take half of your territory, half of your armies. If you have the generals, if you have recruited generals from their family, they'll take the army they were controlling, some random territory they were controlling, and you'll have to conquer them over again. Like it is so hectic to avoid civil war, but also it will keep you on edge, because it's not just the external enemies you need to be worried about; it's the internal ones too, because your own people can fuck you up from the inside, right? And the other thing is, yeah, the upkeep system, right? Just like I gave you example in Age of Empire, you just need few food, wood, or like gold to recruit troops. Then you're done until they're dead, right? But in here, that's not it. You want to recruit troops, you do need gold. But if you take like closer look here, it says 54. This 54 drachma is what I'll be paying them every turn to be in my army. Because if I can't pay them this money every turn, I just imagine my money, like total income here is 3009 drachma per turn right now. But if I can pay them, like if my payment is below 54, these guys will leave me slowly. They'll desert because they want payments. Armies want payments. Just like in real life, like our military do the service, but they don't do it for free. They will need money. They will need pensions and all. They will need reserves. Like they will need money to survive, right? So they can feed their family, feed themselves. Same goes here. Like they will not literally feed themselves, but you will need money, and you will need to manage money so you can keep them and recruit them. You just can't go on a recruiting spree where you have gold. Alright, I have 7,279 gold. I can recruit every fucking troops. No, that doesn't work. You will also need the turn-based income, and to have this turn-based income, you will have buildings. Will give you resources, like and I will not be suggesting you which buildings are good for resources or all, because every building have their own advantages and perks. Just like you can see, this building is an amphitheater, and if you can check it, this amphitheater in its final form will either be a Circus Maximus, will consume 8 food from your total food reserve, give you 30 plus public order, 160 wealth from commerce, plus 2 influence for your party. Or you can turn it into a coliseum where the gladiators fight, right? Same, 8 foods, 12 public order, which is less, like 18 less. But look at the income. It will give you 500 wealth from entertainment every turn with the same plus 2 influence, right? So the advantage of having this building, you'll have a good amount of wealth in its final form. You'll have public orders, but you will have to sacrifice 8 food every time you build this building, right? So everything needs something. So if I want to go and create wine, it's the same. I have to sacrifice 8 foods. I'll have advantage like public orders and I'll have 320 wealth from local commerce. Plus, I'll have 18% more trade income. Like I'll have more tribes from trade income agreements. Like I can sign a trade agreement with some factions, they'll give me 18% more. We'll squeeze out automatically squeeze out 18% more for them, and we'll also have 30% wealth from culture. So if my culture is dominant, so just like here in these two regions, Kenya and Medellin for now. In sorry, the region name is in Subria and Liguria. Here we have about 97% of Roman culture, so that means I'll have 30% more income from culture alone, right? So I can take that perk. But I had to sacrifice. Sorry, I have to sacrifice food. So I can also build like a scriptorium. Scriptorium. Sorry for the wrong pronunciations. I'm not very good at pronouncing every word. So I'll have plus 24 more research rate, 150 wealth from culture, like in learning. But again, 8 food. Or I can have Garastodium, which is basically a slave market, right? So as you can see, I will have people will dislike slave market, like right. So they will have mine. I will have -8 of my public order being minus every turn, but in return, I'll have 250 wealth from local commerce every turn. I'll have 50 plus more wealth generated by slave. So there's also slave incomes. I'll have slave population decline. I'll have 20% wealth from industries because the slaves I bring in will help in industries as manual labor. I'll have more wealth from agriculture because the Roman citizens can have more slaves to work on the fields more effectively, right? Or I could create, Fort Cofindus, right? From where I can get food. This time I will get more food, 150 wealth, and 30% wealth from agriculture all over the region that I control. But instead, I'm going to sacrifice some public order. So that's how it works, right? So everything has a trade-off where there's advantages and there's disadvantages, right? Alright, so like I was saying, alright, we'll create a fountains here so that people can like it. So Helvetia is secured. We have our first extra province, and I want to create auxiliary camp here because I want another cavalry unit here. And I think later I'll put some more legionaries here. So, right, for now, infamy. Alright, so some fool has been caught defacing the temple of Jupiter. Alright, so Jupiter is literally Jews and, a Roman culture. Because the Roman, before they adopted Christianity, they used to believe in gods, but they used to believe in planets. Like, though they named them Jupiter, the meaning of Jupiter is similar to Zeus. Zeus is Roman Empire, Roman culture's Jupiter. Same like Mars is the god of war for Rome, and Mars is the equivalent of Ares in the Greek culture. It's like literally Ares. It's just they use a different name for them. Used to use different name. I do like to give you a bit of history trivia every moment or so. I hope you, whoever is watching, don't find it boring because, like I said, I study history. I listen to history podcasts, and I want to be sure about it when I'm talking about it in history because I'm enamored by our history of guys like Julius Caesar, Marius, Pompey, Alexander, Napoleon Bonaparte. So I love history. So alright, so I'm just gonna hand him over to the temple. I'm not gonna think too much. Mm. And guys, like I said, the 4 army I'm gonna create at first will be authentically given names. Like I have given 10th Legion to Caesar, the 7th Legion Claudia to Regulus. I'm gonna create 2 more armies later on, and I'm gonna name them 8th and 9th Legion respectively, right? And another trivia: the 9th Legion is actually named Hispania, which was Pompey's legion. Pompey loaned that legion to Caesar, but by the time the Gallic War was done, the same legion which was loyal to Pompey before would later fight Pompey on behalf of Caesar. Too bad we don't have that Caesar versus Pompey campaign. Like that should have also been brought up in Total War, because Caesar and Pompey and the Roman Civil War during Caesar's time was also great because there's another campaign called like Emperor Augustus, where Caesar's nephew and his successor Augustus starts fighting for Rome. You know, against Lepidus, who is Caesar's general, and one of Caesar's top general, and then it's Mark Antony. Mark Antony is you could say the prodigy of Caesar, because Mark Antony was not only a good politician, he was a great general, and he learned it from the best Caesar. And Mark Antony was a Caesar loyalist. He did everything like Caesar did. Like he wanted to replicate Caesar. Like in fact, um, if like Augustus is famously known for his love with Cleopatra. But did you know Cleopatra was in love? In fact, had a child, a boy, with Caesar, right? So Mark Antony later fell in love and together lived and died with you know they together died with Cleopatra, and uh, like he followed in footstep, and like I don't blame Mark Antony. I in fact like Mark Antony's character in history. Only thing is he was in the bad side because he also wanted to be successful as his mentor, but history has had other plans. Like Augustus, who is the actual named successor for Julius, became the first emperor later by defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra, and they had the civil war. But before the time of Augustus, Mark Antony was true loyalist to Caesar. He served him till the last breath. And not only that, even after when Caesar was killed in the famous assassination where he was stabbed by his political rivals, Mark Antony fought in the honor of Caesar. He fought Julius Caesar's political rivals in battles after that, because there were a long series of wars before Augustus was finally able to finally able to come to terms and be on the Senate and be recognized as his successor. Before that time, Mark Antony and other Caesar loyalists actually fought these guys, like the enemies of Julius Caesar, who were alive, who killed him. They fought. So you could say, in many ways, Mark Antony was also, worthy of being Caesar's successor. Yeah, so alright, we are almost healed up here, and in the meantime, I'm gonna have one more skirmish, and I'm gonna have one more legion, and later I'll have some more of these guys, and then I'll have one cavalry unit, so it'll mark up to 14. This much will be enough, even if I am to launch offensive later by changing my mind. But as much as I want to be history accurate, I'm gonna keep them here. So I need 2 turns to fully replenish these guys. So I'll keep them here, and I'll let them steal food here. So can I recruit other agents? Yep, I can. I think about negatives. Too much negatives on her. Anyways, Silana, Meria Priska, Lipa Severa. Alright, right now I'm okay with 1 spy. I have never been too much high on creating agents, Though I love what they can do. Each agent's like the diplomat, the champion, and the spy can do. But the spy has been always been too much micromanagement. The only time I use spy is to like elevate some town or some army in times of need, and to kill enemy spies, because the enemy spies and enemy agents have been too irritating. The most irritating agents I find in this game, and when they're on the enemy side, is the dignitaries, because those fucks can, if they have the money, literally bribe some of your troops to leave you before a battle, right? Those fucks, like, you will have good troops, and randomly one of your troops will leave you, and then you are down to -1 troop, and you have to fight even more hard space battle. That's what they make do. So I don't want a barrack here, because since this part is secured and I'll be driving onwards, so there will be no blowback here, hopefully. So in case of blowbacks, I will create an army here, so I can create from here and send it here. But since I am protected by 2 allies here, it should be good. So my home base should be safe. march them here. So once they're done, since now public order is in the rise, we will have uh, better things here. I want to attack here quick as possible. I don't know if you know. Once you cross the Rubicon and you start occupying this area, here's you can recruit from the auxiliary camp. You can recruit archers, and I really like archers because the javelin men they're effective, but they lack range. But the archers are perfect balance. Like if you create slingers, they have the highest range, but they don't have the most damage. While the most damage is with the javelin throwers, but they lack range, right? They have the lowest range in the skirmish class. But as far as archers goes, they have the second best range and the second best damage, and which is a good trade-off. Like they have good damage, good range. That's a good trade-off. So I want to be recruiting them as soon as possible. And plus, I think in a few turns, winter will start, and in winter, if you want to move troops, there will be a lot of attrition. So I don't want to have that. I want a base here. I want to start Swaby wars as soon as possible. So that by is gaining experience. And also, by the way, this is a cheat way of getting better experience for troops. Like if you have agents and if you want them experience quickly, just put them on enemy area or your own. You can do it your own. And just use this, like this special ability, this eye ability, and they'll stay in a place. They will lack movement. They can't move from here. Like if they move, this will be automatically turned off. Just keep them there, safe and sound. Hope the enemy doesn't see your agents. If they see, just change the position. Just drive them up here, here. But just like I don't know the Spartan's name, but just keep them undeployed. They will gain experience. Like see. They gain experience by doing nothing, just standing over there. So yep, we're gonna start a war with the Suebi. Oh my god, they have allies. Alright, regardless. So I'm gonna do this. Yep, experience for my Lego. Don't need this. Do I need a temple? No, I don't need a temple. I think I should create one more army. Who's this? Nice sexist man. I think he really has a cool armor. Right? But I think he's free. So this is Longinus, one of Caesar's real-time general. So Regulus, please be here. And I'm hoping these guys come to attack me this turn. They have almost 20 troops all together. I have 16. Plus one of my troops who need replacement badly. Yeah, camping moment. Because, you guys must be thinking why I am choosing campaign map movement upgrades and focusing on them, because I choose it here and I also chose it in this traditions list. It's because it will be very useful, because sometimes what you can do is on later games when your army, this particular army gains more experience, and sometimes what happens is I will be facing a war region here. So let's say in the previous turn I conquered this region, right? And in the next turn an enemy army could come around here. So right now, if I have to move this troops here, it will take me minimum 2 to 3 turns to get in here. Right? But if you have campaign like map movement in normal base movement without forced march, I can move my army here in one go and secure this province before they can attack. I can reinforce it. So I also suggest when you're playing, if you have chance to upgrade in the fact that you wanna take a chance on upgrading the campaign movement range, please do it. And also focus on replenishment, because you want to replenish your troops like very quickly. Like if you replenish your troops quickly, then you'll have no problem creating another troop. I mean, you can take casualties, but you can recover the very next turn. And that'll be hella for really, you know, what like easy. Like it will make life much more easier while playing Total War. So I think I don't have a legendary recruitment here. So sorry, I burped. So I'm gonna create some livery freemen. And many of you might be thinking, why don't I recruit the Vigiles? Well, the thing is, I don't like the Vigiles that much. It's a preference order. I like the Levy Freeman better than Vigiles. Like the same price. Like these guys are more morale, more health, more the armor is equal. The defense is better. The attack is one less, but the weapon damage is a little less. But these guys have a better chance at fighting against large opponents. See, the bonus versus large, it comes to factor in the battle when you fight. Uh, and hey, I want to ask if you guys have played Total Wars. Alright, I'll give you this much. If you guys have fought Total War, like played Total War, and um, can you like if you like my video, can you comment down below like which Total War is your favorite of all time? Okay, these guys are bringing small army to attack me. Can I take them? I think I can, but I will take them with the legionaries. They have a full army, and oh, this is when fighting in a battle, the most irritating thing for me is skirmish cavalries, right? Skirmish cavalries are basically your archers who can run around the map in a horse, and these guys are hard to catch because the ability to run. I mean, skirmish mode, which is basically gives your troops, skirmish troops, auto command that whenever enemy troops are near you, run away, make distance, and start firing again. And just imagine you have a horse, and you will attack. You will run faster. Even if I chase you with cavalry, you will do a lot more damage before your ammo is done, or if my cavalry can catch you up. I really hate these guys. Like this, you know, like the most irritating unit every time I face a battle is the you know skirmish cavalry. So it doesn't matter what it is, skirmish cavalry. I just hate it, man. But when I use it, it's a hell lot of fun. But when the enemies use it, oh my god. I think to fight this unit, I don't need cavalries. I not hire cavalries. Instead, I hire legionaries. Legionaries are the backbone of Roman Empire. These guys are okay here. 13 troops there. I'm gonna recruit more there for now. I think I'm going to Cento attack. So 3 armies. I'm gonna be losing coins soon. One of the gateways an army to reckon. You guys are too blind to see it. Okay, too bad I can't recruit more. In this situation, I might have to hire some mercenaries. It's a lot bit because the troops they're gonna attack me with, it's a full army. Like 20 is the total amount of recruitment you can have in a single army, and this fucks. I mean, it's the king who's attacking me, so they have a full army. They have 4 land-based skirmish unit, 1 cavalry skirmish unit, 1 cavalries, and that's 6. And that's 14 infantry units. And if I have to check, I have 8 infantry, 9 infantry units, 2 cavalry units, 2 skirmish unit, and 1 general. And unlike their general, who has 80 units, I only have 40 units. And as much as I don't want to say this, my general unit sucks comparison to theirs, because The Roman cavalry sucked in real life. That's why the real Roman army always used to have cavalries from different part of the place they conquered, either Gallics or Numidians from Africa, or even Spanish cavalries were used. I can't recruit anything, and if I'm correct, they'll attack me in the very next turn. And I have no garrison. I can attack them, and if I, if I'm if I'm correct about what I'm thinking, since they're allies, these guys are gonna attack me together with these guys. So that's like if I'm fighting 20 armies with just 16 troops and hoping I can outlast them. So just to make a strong side, I'm gonna recruit some mercenaries. So I'm gonna recruit mercenary naked swords. Let me recruit two short swords also. Alright, that's it for now. That's all I'm gonna recruit. Okay, they didn't attack me. Oh, they went back. Those guys went back. Alright, so one fun fact in this campaign is, like I said before, whenever it's winter season, like you see the skull where I'm in the map area everywhere, that means if I am to move my troop outside, I'll take attrition. So that means the enemies will also take attrition. Like you see here, these troops are in their area. They're not moving, they'll not take attrition. But if they are moving, it's high chance they'll take attrition. That means they will lose troops to weather condition rather than fighting battle. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to lose troops to weather condition. So since there's a very less of a chance they'll be attacking me on this season, so I'm gonna disband the mercenary units. I'm gonna keep my income back. So I have another army here, right? So I'm gonna disband 2 of my levy freemen, right? So I have 2100 of income. They can be my reinforcement later on. Alright, I can like building, right? From where I can earn. Right. So sometimes winter seasons are good. Like in actuality, I love winter seasons, and in the game also the winter season is good. So, like I said, we are very going accordingly, like in authentic path, the Caesar way. Like we first defeated the Helvetia, then we defeated like Tulengi. Now we're gonna fight the Swabi and his allies, who are the Germanic tribes here. And if I'm correct, this small river, like it's not named. Right? The river is not named. It must. No, the river is not named. But so the crossing here, Germanic tribes, and I think out here I'll face the Nervii, which will be in maximum time the one of the strongest in-game tribe, and Alasia. This is one of Caesar's greatest victory happened in this place, but he did not fought against the Manduibi. He fought against Vercingetorix, who is out here, who is actually the Arveni, the leader of the Arveni, the Vercingetorix, right? I can okay. I'm trading with them already. The Arvenii, I think they will not trade with me. The Vacantii, they are not trading with me. Alright, they want to trade with me. Let me see if I can squeeze something from them. Yep, I can. Oh no. Alright, I have another trade. So I'm gonna wait a few turns, build up my forces, then I'm gonna attack them before they attack me. See, they took attrition. See, the skull. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. See these guys? They moved and they lost troops. Because until you are camped like me here in my own province, you're gonna lose troops in the winter for the weather condition. Because the jackets, the coats were not invented, neither the heater. So you're gonna face like attrition. So that's why I will not move troops in the winter. No amount of temptation will be enough to move my troops in the winter ever in this game. While playing this gameplay, I will not move my troops in the winter. I don't want to face attrition. I hate attrition. Alright, in 3 turns I will be recruiting uh, you know the freaking archers. I'll have skirmish unit enough. Uh, this is my style. I always don't have more skirmish unit than 45. I always have 4 or 5 skirmish unit in the army. Like it's easy to control 4 or 5. Anyway, when the rival speaks, the leadership makes not so important. Mhm. In the meantime, what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make Caesar usable. Like for now, I'm gonna like replace him with alright Decimus Brutus because he's free. And later after this turn, I'm gonna hire Caesar again, but this time I'm gonna change his unit type because I'm gonna make Caesar useful. Right now he's useless as fuck. Yep, I need this. Alright, also reminds me I'm gonna have to change this name. I'm gonna name these guys Legion 8. And the 8 Legion's name was, yes, Augusta. Alright, Augusta. So I have one more Legion, and then we'll have the authentic 4 Legion, Caesar Legion. And that's Legion 9, Hispania. You see the AI keep moving the troops because the AI doesn't give a fuck about attrition. But I do. Because when time comes, this attrition will be a factor. And I don't want to be factored with it. Right? Trust me, if this troop was anywhere in my movement range, which ends here, I would have attacked it. Because this was a great chance to eliminate, king of the opposition and a very large army of it. But they're not in my range. Too bad. So I recruit a cavalry here. Maybe one. And one more legion. No, I would rather create a legion here. Oh no, I think I need spearmen. I think I have 4 more recruiting capacity. Yeah. First of all, let me replace you with Caesar again, but this time I'm gonna hire him, sacrifice a little money and a better upkeep cost, because the veteran legionaries, like I talked previously, these guys are very better than the normal legionaries, but you can only hire them as general's bodyguards in this campaign. So they are better than the legatus because look, they have 160 units, so that means more HP, more attack, and the legionaries are by far the best unit in this game. And also because of more unit size, I have more upkeeps, but the trade-off is good for 200. I'll have to pay 110 more than the legatus, but I have the trade-off. See, I have better melee attack, I have better weapon damage, and I have like better base morale. I have I have less health, but I have better units. I have more armor. Like I have more charge. I don't have more charge than the cavalry, but I have more damage in weapons, and that's a great trade-off. So I'm gonna hire Julius again. See, alright, he's up to par with everything. So I'm gonna upgrade him here. See, not the very big trade-off. Alright. Few turns. I think how many turns more? Yeah, one more turn, and I can put archers. Then I'll have a perfect skirmish party. And once the summer season starts, I can attack. Alright, okay, Silver Tongue. Yep, these are like what you call special events or political events. This keeps happening. Sometimes, like anything can happen. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Like you can sometimes choose a decision, and the very next turn it could like sometimes result you in some good favors or better public relation or better political relations, or sometimes even in money. But sometimes it can do the opposite, negative on the public order, negative on the morals, negative on like political relations, and sometimes even negative money. It can cost you money. So here I'm not gonna hire any character. I'm gonna take political favors for now, because I don't need characters right now. So I do have upgrade here. So I'll build a public forum here, right? Uh, the Vernies are out to war. Oh, alright, so this is Vercingetorix. I hope he doesn't die and survives till the time I come and attack him, because I want to kill the Vercingetorix. Because Caesar captured and took Vercingetorix prisoners in real life and took him after the Battle of Alesia to Rome as a trophy, as his bargaining chip, you know. Alright, so every upgrade here available. I don't see. Oh, wait. I can create archers yet? Oh, I thought the archers were supposed to be available here. Alright, for now, slingers it is. Or maybe, wait. Just let me do this then. 5 turns. Let me have that. Now I have
Gold freely given,
defensive alliance with you
gratefully
guys.
accepted, is a blessing from the gods to all involved. So say the bones.
Oh,
We
so
have
500
silver
goals.
leaves.
Alright, I
All
want you
we
to
ask is a small
attack the
amount of
Swabies,
wealth.
because
We will hearken
right
oaths.
now I don't want you to attack them. Rather, alright, let's have a defensive alliance then. Yeah, the mining mission has failed. Should I create an army? Any more trade opportunities? No. So let's see about. I still cannot create. And, so I think for now we have all the towns and the upgrades going on. So we want to build this temple, but I think I don't want to, because culture is high. Instead, I'll create a market here, so I can get more gold and uplift the public order out of that.
At your command.
And I want to create one more infantry. I want to create one more legion here. You can never have enough legion, by the way.
Will you not
Another
give
defensive
me your
alliance.
little gold? You have
I
much.
don't mind. Right now I need allies in their territory. Alright, so the spring season is on, and this guy will attack. Oh, freaking. Oh my god. Did you guys just realize what happened? So the thing is, remember there was another faction here, and now they're in the Swaby flag. So when you take the Swaby faction, you have like the option where you can confederate the guys who are close to you or who are below than you, and these guys were their allies. So that means they must have a really good, alliance. So they chose to be one confederation. Now they are not just Swaby. See, the flag is same, but now they are German confederation, right? So they're gonna attack me the very next turn, and I can attack them. The max I can do is move to range, and they'll have 1, 2, 3 armies. The one trade-off they might not do is the armies are kind of weak, because you can see the armies have less units. I mean, they took attrition back, right? So what I'm gonna do is, in the next turn, in the next video, we're gonna set a trap for them. I'm gonna move my units here, and I'm gonna hope they're gonna attack. and then we'll fight a large army in a large climactic battle with these guys. So I hope you guys are gonna like this and enjoy it, and I'm not too boring. And my history trivia, I hope you guys like it, because you guys can learn a lot from me, and I can also learn a lot from you guys if you correct me in the comment section below. So I am taking my leave now, and I'll see you again in the next video. Hopefully you guys will appreciate it and like it more. I will really require your support to grow in the platform of YouTube and follow my passion of gaming and my way, showing my way for gaming with some very good history trivia. So have a great time, have a good day, and I'll see you again in next video.